Good morning, everyone, and once again, thanks for tuning in, and also time to provide an update. Yeah, it's great to have the sun out. That's for sure. We've had some pretty wet feet the last 6 weeks, and again, we had some heavy rain on Saturday, which pushed us over the 800 for the 6 weeks, and not quite near the metre, but not too far away of the metre for the calendar year as well. So hopefully all that weather's past us now, and the immediate forecast for the next 8 to 10 days is really good. So yeah, that'll be great, and just again allow the place to dry out a little bit, and go from there. But in saying that, it sort of highlighted a couple of our strengths and weaknesses as well. So just again a couple of places that hold water, in particular the front of the 19th green and that 13th bunker. A couple of areas that we'll look to potentially do a bit of work over the winter months, just to try to minimise that water sitting there. In particular 19 green, I'm pretty comfortable we're able to do that one. The 13th bunker is a little bit more difficult, but speaking to Ross and that, and we've got a couple of ideas that we might try. Again, just we need somewhere for that water to go immediately, instead of us having to sort of pump it out and stuff like that. So we did a couple of things last winter, in particular near the white tee on the 6 hole, to get rid of that water that sort of sat in that path, and that's worked really well. And we also did down sort of front and left of the second bunker that sits about 60 short of the green. We've been able to remove that water straight away, and we haven't had water hold in that area this sort of period, so, which is great. So we'll do a little bit of work on those couple of other areas. But in terms of the golf course, the colours still remaining great at the moment. The density in the fairways is excellent, and same with the greens. The greens have really come a long way in 4 and a bit years, 5 years nearly, and we're definitely a lot more low inputs into them to maintain the surfaces, which is great. It's sort of all around what we want to achieve, and day in day they keep to perform really well, which is great. And that's all the work that we do, whether it's our nutrition programs, our fungicide programs, and then the renovations and the removal of the winter grass, and then the nanobubble system as well, which helps. The nanobubble system's just had a bit of an upgrade. The oxygen concentrator wasn't working to what we'd call peak performance or anything like that, so the NBT nanobubble have done an upgrade in that system there as well, so which will be great. And obviously the construction works as well is sort of nearing the completion of that. So we've got all the plugs or cores onto the green now, and that's that's sort of knitting in quite well. We'll just sort of do some little bit more sort of final work to it, and just to get the exact sort of surface that we want in there, and then we'll give it top dress and fertilise, and we'll just keep those sort of processes up for the next period of time until we get it to adequate sort of level. And then we just got to finish off the turfing. So we sort of left the front of the green open just so we could access into there. We'll be able to close that off whether it's next week or the following week. And then we've just got the right hand side to do as well. So there's a bit of, on the right hand side there'll be some fairway, there'll be some rough, and then there'll be some landscape a little bit higher up. So do that and then finish off the tee. So all in all, that's tracked along really well, and we've been able to progress. And again, back on the golf course, this time of the year, obviously growth and all that sort of slows down. So Gives us opportunity to work alongside Amy and Glenn and improve in some of those areas there. Again, same thing, we're sort of working on just a bit of erosion control. So in particular, again, like I say, when we get these heavy rains, it sort of highlights some of our weaknesses. So we've come up with a few ideas on how to improve those areas. So we'll nut out a few of those ones over the winter months, and then also we've got a little bit of sort of work in and around a couple of the dams, one around the First and one around over there by 11, just removal of some of the aquatic plants that are in there, and find the right balance there as well. So again, we've got Amy's brought some ideas in controlling some of those aquatic plants as well. So we'll get stuck into that as well. But other than that, I think that's everything from me. Yep, hopefully the temperatures remain quite warm and the sun stays out for a period of time, and we really get to enjoy the golf course at this time of year. Like I say, it can be a fun time to play the golf course. So thanks for tuning in.